Good evening, YouTube family. How's everybody today? Thank you for coming in. I just want to give a little update of what we experienced here last night with that storm. The tail end of it was pretty traumatic. Um, there were 2 tornado touchdowns in my area, not in my exact area. There was a tornado touchdown to the left of a township over, and there was a tornado touchdown to the right of a township over. And we were kind of like in the middle, so we didn't actually get a tornado touchdown where I'm at, but they were like so close, like they could have probably swept through here. And thank God that, there were 2 townships over from where I'm at. So to both sides of me, there were tornado touchdowns yesterday. At one point, I thought we were going to escape Ida's devastation, the tail end of it, but we got it. It came later than they predicted. It had even cleared up outside. The sun had come out, and it just looked like we were not going to get what they had predicted we were going to get. So when it did come and it hit the 2 townships on either side of me, I was just so grateful that, my little township was kind of spared the tornado parts. A lot of devastation, a lot of down lines today, a lot of trees blocking the streets. It was a lot of cleanup to the left side of a township over from me, and to the right of me a township over from me. And I know this storm has taken its devastation on a lot of different areas, and I'm sure we're all thankful that whatever it was going to do is done doing it. And we don't know what's coming behind it, but we thank God that we was able to weather that storm and get through that last night. And they kept sending alerts to our phones, like our phones were just ringing off the hook with alerts telling us to take coverage, to go into a bathroom or go downstairs into a basement if you have a basement. And it was telling you like what to do, to keep yourself safe because of the tornadoes that were coming through. And it was actual alert warnings coming up on the phones, which we don't really get those. I know we get a lot of amber alerts, like if somebody in the area, it has something to do with a child, we'll get like the amber alerts, but very seldom do we get any kind of alerts on our phones. And I can hear them going off in different people's homes around me because, we're all like in close proximity. So I could hear like mine will go off, and then I could hear like the neighbor next door is going off, the people like, that has a condominium over top of me, I heard theirs going off. And it was kind of scary, because like I said, we don't get those type of alerts on our phones. We will get like amber alerts, and they'll bring our phones off and tell us, that give a description of the child and the adult and the make of the car and things like that. We'll get those type of alerts, but not the alert that we was getting last night. And I had several of them on my phone. I think I had 2 or 3 alerts that came through my phone at 3 different times during the time of the storm and the time that the storm was passing through. So this morning the sun came out. It was so bright. It looked like we had never even gotten in not one drop of rain, compared to what it looked like last night when the tail end of the storm came through here. Because I was under the impression we wasn't going to get it. I was like, yay, we escaped. And then we started getting those alerts on our phones, and it was a little scary, like I said, and it's not something that we're used to having here. So make a long story short, thank God he got us through that. I know a lot of schools were closed in the area. They was telling you if you didn't have to go out, don't go out unless you had to, because there's a lot of down wires. Like it was a lot of down wires from the storm, that left that devastation with the down wires. And they were saying, like, if you didn't really have to go out, try not to go out. I know they canceled a lot of the schools today. The buses weren't running today. A lot of flooding over across the bridge from where I'm at. They closed down a lot of stuff over there because of all of the flooding. I know New York got flooded out, like their subways were flooded out. And it was really bad. Like, the storm really did a lot of devastation. So, we just know that things are changing, and the weather patterns are changing, and we just have to be prepared, as well as we can for these things that's coming. And like I said, we don't know what's coming next, but we thank God we got through that. So I'm just going to read a little bit tonight out of my journal, and hopefully you'll join me and try to read something out of it. Welcome into September. It's September 2nd, 2021. We are in the month of September already. Can you believe it? We are in the month of September. The crickets are out. It's like fall. It's like just coming right on in. Like when the kids get ready to go back to school, even when my kids were small, I knew when it was time for them to go back to school, because you could start hearing them crickets outside. And let me tell you, they out there. They out there already chirping away. So it's just a sign to us that fall is here, and it's creeping right up on us. It was so cool here this morning. It was like in the 60s. We have been in the 90s, the high 90s, 97, 98. This morning it was in the 60s. When I stepped outside, I was like, I didn't even know how to really dress for today. I had like on, like, like the, not shorts, but, open-toe shoes, and like a little pair of short pants and a little top. And I really could have put on something a little heavier, because I didn't realize that the temperature had dropped so. And from inside, it didn't feel like it had cooled off that much. So I was really surprised when I walked out and saw how cool it was. And it was a real nice breeze. It's just like the air had been purified. That storm looked like it just came through and purified the air. And like I said, I'm just glad that we all made it through it. And I know people's cleaning up, those that have to clean up, and try to have the people come turn their electric on and get those down wires repaired. It's going to take a couple of days, but I'm sure we'll get through it, and we'll get to it. So I'm just going to read this little bit out of my journal today. I just wanted to share that experience with you. I've never, I hope I never have to witness a tornado touching down, but my girlfriend lives about 45 minutes from where I'm at, and her daughter was coming home from work, and she actually took footage of a tornado touching down where she lives at. And she sent it to me, and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I would want to, be right that close up on to witness a tornado that close up. They're so destructive, and they move so quickly, and they leave so much devastation. So we just, like I said, we don't know what we're going to come up against. So it's just prepared, we be prepared as much as possible. So I'm not going to keep rattling on about that. I'm going to go into the diary and read out of today's entry for 9/2/2021. There are lessons in life that are truly expensive, because unfortunately we discovered them when everything is too late. We learn the lessons, but they can never be turned back in time. That's why, before it's too late, the moment I realize my true worth, and while I have the chance, I will embrace the lessons in my life. I will take every trial and problem as a chance to grow. I must treat each day as God's way of giving me another chance, a chance to grow and love the people around me, a chance to embrace true happiness. I will not waste another moment that God has given me. I will make the most of what I have. I am surrounded by favor and opportunities. I have to stop relying on my own understanding, stay humble, and become a better version of myself. Because I am still breathing and can still feel the sun and the warmth of His love, that means I still have a chance. And we all still have a chance. So a few keynotes out of this tonight is, I will take every trial and problem as a chance to grow. I must treat each day as God's way of giving me another chance, a chance to grow and love the people around me. I have to stop relying on my own understanding. I'm an overthinker. I just sit and try to think through things and try to think like, well, why did that go that way? And why did that have to happen that way? I'm an overthinker sometimes. So I have to stop relying on my own understanding and stay humble and become a better version of myself. And there's nothing wrong with becoming a better version of ourselves. It's a good thing to be trying to work on ourselves and become a better version of our own selves. And as long as we have breath and we can still feel the sun and the warmth of His love, that means we still have a chance. So I hope everybody's safe where you are. We thank God that the storm has passed through. And I just wanted to read out of the diary today for 9/2/2021. Happy September to everyone. Thank you for stopping in. Like, share, leave me a comment. And I appreciate you so much. I love you with the love of Christ. Have an amazing rest of your night and have a better day tomorrow. And remember, if someone wants to come and rain on your parade, you tell them, if you just gotta come with the rain and rain on my parade, can you please make sure you bring an umbrella so I can be protected. Everyone have an amazing night. God bless. Good night.